Hello, everybody. Hallelujah. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Sean Anike, and today, welcome to Impact Network. We are live, Impact Network show. This is a place we talk about wealth, we talk about success, we talk about impact. And I have been inviting people. Special interview tonight, and I have a special guest. As you can look, I will introduce her very, very soon. And we are live. We are in different locations. We are up to 11 different locations. As you may have noticed, we are live on about 4 Facebook page. We are on YouTube. We are on Periscope. We are on Twitter. So wherever you're watching, make sure that you share these live feed. We are live. My name is Dr. Sean, your beloved host. This is Impact Network. Here we talk about wealth, success. We talk about people that are getting things done. We talk about action. We talk about those who are making it in life. We talk about those who are doing something, not about those who are planning to do it, but those who are actually doing something. And on this special interview today, we are live. I have a special guest sitting next to me, as you may see, and I'm going to have her say hello. But let me just introduce her to say hello, and I will tell you a little bit about her. She is none other than Imaobong Smart, the proud wife of Pastor Timmy Smart. Please say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. It is so good to be here on the Impact Network, and I am looking forward to having a conversation, not just with Doctor, but also with you. So just sit tight, grab a bottle of water or, some snack and just relax, because you're going to have an amazing time. And I just want to say hello to my husband, because I know you're watching. Hi, baby.
Hallelujah. Amen. Listen. We are live, and Imaobong Smart, the proud wife, the mother of 2 kids, the proud wife of Pastor Timmy Smart, and she is the author of the book Stay. This book, we're going to talk about this book a lot today. The author of the book Stay. I was at the book launch. I don't want to just share the secret. I'm going to wait a little bit. I was at the book launch. Powerful, powerful book. This is the book that is highly needed, because nobody talks about this area. The name of the book is Stay, and it deals with suicide, and we're going to be discussing it. Imaobong Smart is a former Miss Edo State from Nigeria. She's an ex-model, and she held the position of Miss Edo and held the Queen for 2006 and 2007. And she is a transformational speaker. She is a purpose coach, and always known as Purpose Woman. She is a youth mentor. She is a CEO of Build Much Wealth. She is a youth mentor. She's getting things done. She is a coach for personal growth and team growth. She is literally a whole lot of stuff. And even this book have a music. There's a song. We're going to share that song tonight. And this book Stay also have a movie that is coming up this coming year. Hallelujah. So Imaobong, welcome to Impact Network. It's a great honor to have you accept our invitation to be here today. Thank you for coming.
Much.
Thank you for honoring it. So it's a great thing to see you. Now, this book Stay, it deals with, it says life is precious. It deals with suicide. So I wanted to just ask a question, even as our audience are watching. How did you come about writing this book?
Well, it's more from a personal place.
Okay.
Like I shared during the book launch, I was
Yes.
working on a different book that, I worked so hard on, and I worked for quite a while to
Yes.
get this book out. And, out of the blues, God gave me this book. But in my mind, I couldn't understand why I have to write a book on,
Yes.
suicide.
Yes.
But then something happened that was so close to home, and I have permission to share this story, because I've shared it in my book already about
Yes.
someone really close to me who was going through a dark period in her life,
Yes.
and she attempted suicide. And by the grace of God, we were able to intervene and get whatever was in her system out of her system, and she was resuscitated. We thank God for that. And besides that, doctor, people all of a sudden, how it's like when you want to buy a car and it's like, this car is going to be the only car. When you buy the car, you suddenly see the cars everywhere around you.
Yes.
You know, all of a sudden, everywhere around me, I started getting calls and people were messaging me. You know, they're in a dark place, they're depressed, they're suicidal.
Yes.
And people would come, you know, to talk to me, and they would tell me, this person just committed suicide. You know, ask for my counsel.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, God, I get it. I finally get it. And I just sat down and I prayed. I said, God, you know, you're going to write this book. I'm just going to be your hands. I'm going to be your instrument.
Yes.
And then I started to get inspiration for this book. And when the inspiration came, you know, I get to that state. I don't want to call it a trance, but where I just sit and I just write and I can't stop writing. I just write and write and write. After a while, after a few hours, it just goes away.
Wow.
And then I come back, and so it's a book that is divinely inspired for such a time as this.
For such a time like this. You know, I was at the book launch, and just right after the book launch, and then we see this COVID, shows up literally. Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh my God, because when it comes to suicide, nobody talks about suicide. It's not a subject you hear a lot, beside the psychological group that when you are victims, when you've already attempted it, so there's no discussion, or there's no teaching or how to avoid it, or those who have the thought. There's no information even for the church. You don't hear about suicide a lot. You just juggle the prayer, let that demon get out, things like that. Just like that, just a sentence. There's no summit about it.
That's
There's no
true.
conference. There's no teaching about that. And right after the launch of this book, COVID showed up literally a week and a half later.
Yeah,
The
because
next week.
I launched on the 7th, and on the 14th was when everybody had to be shut down.
Yeah. So, so suicide is a very critical subject, So I want you to share with our audience, with our viewers here, because suicide, even today, one of my spiritual daughter called me that her son, she's in the hospital because her son attempted suicide.
Oh my goodness.
And they acted fast, and the doctors is doing everything right. And I'm thinking, wow, upon every day this could happen. That means almost look like this is an important thing.
It is important.
Extremely important, because nobody, do you know the kind of frustrations people went through on this particular COVID, where people attempted a lot of things, people lost hope, people lost interest in a lot of things, and it's like even some of my people that are under my mentorship say, okay, I can't continue, I don't know what to do. And those are danger zones. So I want you to just share with our audience here, what are what are the leading factors? What are the things besides the church blaming it on the devil? Okay? Because this is Impact Network. Here we talk about critical, practical things.
Real things.
Besides blaming it on the devil.
Awesome.
Because the devil is the devil. But what are the just primary cause?
Honestly speaking, talking
Yes.
from a real point of view and from a position of strength, simply because, I've had people close to me who have been in that situation.
Yes.
Some things that could cause people to go into that situation, sometimes it could just be a season of difficulties in their lives.
Wow, a
Honestly,
season of difficulty in their life.
season of difficulties. The
Yes.
person who was close to me who attempted suicide, she was at a place, she came out of school with a first-class degree.
Wow.
Very brainy, very intelligent, very beautiful, a first-class degree she came out with, but then there's no job, the business isn't working, not having a reasonable relationship that
Yes.
that is going somewhere. So that feeling of nothing is working in my life. I'm done with school. I didn't just finish. I came out pretty well. I have everything. I'm supposed to be somewhere. My mates are doing better than me, but I'm stuck here. I feel like I can't move. And so that momentarily feeling of just feeling stuck.
Yes.
Like I can't go forward, I can't go backward. So what's the point?
Yeah.
So that feeling of frustration, financial frustration, relational frustration, those are really core things that could cause people to get into a dark place.
Wow.
Another person, this also real personal stories.
Yes.
And that lady, she was raped. And she wasn't able to speak up about her rape because she felt like she put herself in a situation.
Yeah, she was blaming herself.
Because it was with someone that she trusted and just a normal good friend. And she got raped and she kept it for so long. And she was suicidal and was cutting herself with a a blade.
Wow.
You know, so I think the core cause of suicide is not all the symptoms we see. There's it's an experience.
Yes.
Because everyone who's attempted suicide, or maybe who committed suicide and they had to talk to you, when you talk, they will say something happened. No one just wakes up and becomes
it's not an overnight stuff.
Something happened.
It's a process that nobody noticed, and nobody paid attention, and it does, because I have read the book. You know, when people feel alone and they're too ashamed, pretending to be all strong, all okay, but dying inside.
Yep.
So it would take some people to kind of like notice that something is not right for you to actually ask the real question. Because when we say psychologists, well, they have to be willing to even talk to anyone.
That's true. That's another thing.
And let's not blame, well, psychologists, they have been able to solve maybe like 10 to 15% of suicide global. But the other 80 to 90%, it happens in the dark. You know, fortunately, sometimes when it happened, you know, someone is there to bring a rescue. But that sense of feeling alone and thinking that you're all forsaken, thinking that you failed, thinking that you're worthless, you know, it leads to this thing. So according to your book, because I was reading one of the chapters that got my attention, because when people are thinking of killing themselves, they're thinking it's the only way out.
That's true.
You know, they thinking it's the only way out. So what other way, when they're feeling like this, what other way can you offer? Because to them, they think the only way is just to end it. And whenever they're feeling that, and if nobody come to offer an additional or alternative ways, that's just it for them. Because when you say your life is precious, stay. I love the subject. Very simple.
Yes.
You didn't go and say 7 ways to avoid suicide or 3 ways to survive. You just stay. Your life is precious.
It's an urgent, like, you know, when someone is about to get run over by a train, you can't speak any grammar. You're just like, get out or stop. You know, that's the urgency of this book. Just tell people, I want you to look at the book and just be like, just hang in there.
Yes.
But for most people who feel like, you know, I don't know if you're out there watching, when you feel like there is no way, I believe that there is always a way, but you haven't found that way yet.
You haven't. There's always a way.
Always a way.
But they missing it. They haven't found it yet.
So wouldn't it be better for you and for those around you if you could just hang in there and discover that way? That's the reason why it's important, Apostle.
Yes.
Doctor.
Go ahead.
It's important that you find someone to open up to.
Exactly.
Because my husband always says that a closed mouth is a closed destiny.
A closed mouth is a closed destiny.
It's a closed
We're coming
destiny.
to that. I'm just taking that one in. A closed mouth is a closed destiny.
That's right. So sometimes when you're sitting there by yourself in your little corner, feeling like there's nothing I can do, I've tried it all. The next person beside you could be the one who could show you the way, but because you didn't speak up, you didn't tell someone, hey, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm feeling.
Yes.
But I'll say, you know what, I actually know someone who knows someone.
Yes.
Or you know what, I can help you. So one of the ways to avoid that, to overcome that feeling of there is no other way, try talking to someone.
Yes.
You'll be amazed the resources out there just for you.
Try talking to someone, because even when they think there's no other way, there's always a way. They just don't know that way yet.
Yeah.
And someone out there
have
that information. You know.
Right.
Now, what about those who feel the sense? Because there are those who, because I hope that, when we to talk about this book, it will take forever. So, but we're going to be able to still keep it, under 30 to 45 minutes, just to be able to touch other areas. Because we have those who, the problem is money, or the problem is job. Someone who have been looking for job for a year. That could really get to them. They have their certificate, they have their degrees, but they just can't seem to find a job. To that person, job is the problem. Somebody else, money is the problem. Another person, relationship is a problem. They failed so many times, or sometimes it could just be just a normal Philadelphia love. That means nobody loves me.
Wow.
Nobody
that's
loves
the one
me.
I hear a lot.
Because that's the major one. Nobody loves me. So what advice do you give to our viewers? Because not only that those who are watching might be in this situation, but they might be able to help someone
else.
They might be able to offer hope, solution. So what can you tell to our viewers, those when they start feeling nobody loves me?
Awesome. Okay, so
yeah.
Let me Doctor brought some interesting valid points.
Yes.
But let me touch on nobody loves me.
Yes.
I try to be humorous
yes.
when I was writing this because I want you to kind of have a moment to laugh,
yes.
even when you're feeling down.
Yes.
When you say nobody loves me. So let me ask you: have you met 7 points? How many million people do we have in the world?
7.5, almost 7.7.
Have you met 7.1 billion people and none of them liked you?
That's a good one.
Just laugh about that. Just kind of laugh at yourself for a minute for saying that nobody loves you, because
yes.
you are loved.
Mm-hmm.
You may be surrounded by those who are supposed to show you that love, but they don't show you. But it doesn't mean that the fact that they don't love you is an absence of value in your life. Your life should not hang upon whether those who are supposed to love you.
Yes.
The question is, do you love yourself? The question is understanding your source, your real source, understanding that there is a God who loves you in spite or despite.
So primarily, do you love yourself?
Do you love yourself? And even if you don't love yourself, because some people don't love themselves.
Yeah, some people, they don't think there's anything, what love is.
And that's true, but you need to understand that you are not the final authority.
Yes.
There is someone who is beyond you, who loves you
yes.
the way you are, in spite of what you've done. Listen, people, one of the reasons as well, doctor, that people commit suicide is guilt.
Guilt.
I had someone who tried to commit suicide because she had an abortion and she was feeling guilty for committing abortion.
Wow.
So whatever the situation is, I want you to know that there is forgiveness. I don't know if you believe in God or not watching this, but somewhere at the back of your mind that there is a higher power out there, and He is God.
Yes.
And He loves you. So even if you don't love yourself because of so many things that you've put in front of you, that's okay. But first of all, get the understanding that someone who is that high, who is that powerful, who is that amazing, looks at you with so much love to lavish on you.
Yes. My goodness. People understanding that even when you don't love yourself, that there's a higher power. There's a higher power. Now, one of the things that I also wanted, before we kind of move, because when people feel sense of no more purpose, which we're going to be bringing the business side of it too, because, just because you fail in one job doesn't mean that nobody else will hire you. Just because you started a business and the business didn't go well, and then you think. So those who feel sense of purpose, like, they believe they don't have any purpose because one purpose have failed. So one failure. And you're not even 100 years old yet. According to, people live up to 90. Man, I'm thinking, during this COVID, we've seen a whole lot of people that were dying in their 90s. That's like, I thought people were no longer living longer. I was surprised. Yeah, that really kind of gave me some hope.
Hope.
Because I thought maybe we can only live now 70. But the COVID was revealing a lot of things, people who died 93, 97. Okay, so people are still living longer. So talk to our viewers, about those who feel that they don't, they either lost their purpose, or they don't have it.
Okay.
What do you offer?
That's something powerful, because anyone who knows me knows I'm a purpose woman. All things purpose is...
Yeah, that's why I bring that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, like I said, for those people who said that there is no way, there is no way because you haven't discovered the way. The way is there. If you're feeling a sense of purposelessness, it's not because you don't have a purpose, it's because you haven't yet discovered the purpose. God created every single person, every single thing, doctor, with a purpose.
With a purpose.
You have a purpose, but you need to understand there is work to be done.
Yes.
You are responsible for discovering that purpose.
Yes. They must discover
it's
it.
your responsibility, and that's why God has put people like doctor, people like myself. I make it easy. I in my book I have some purpose questionnaires, and I also refer them to my website imabongsmart.com. I have a free ebook there that helps you navigate through what your purpose is. The book is titled "What's Your Problem?" That's what it's titled. It's titled "What's Your Problem?"
What's your problem? Yes.
So you can you can check that out. It's just purpose trigger questions.
So you can go to the website imabongsmart.com. You can go to the website, and there's also another website, Build Much Wealth. We're going to be talking about it. If you
Yes.
look on the screen, you will see imabongsmart.com. You can go there. There's a lot of resources that you can get there, and you can contact her. She didn't just write this book; she's the author, but we'll be transitioning very soon. But before we conclude in the book area, now when people discover or sense or perceive suicidal thought, because it begins with thought before an attempt.
Yep.
A mother today just told me that I didn't see this coming. That means this thought has been there. You said earlier that it just doesn't happen. A thought. So how do you fight off or destroy or break these suicidal thoughts? Because it's not only for our viewers, but for the viewers who can dictate this thought, to a young child or to even mature. Do you know, in fact, during this COVID, that's why this book is important. In fact, I wish there's a way to put this book on CNN and put it on BBC and everything.
We've
because
been trying.
in
If
Europe,
anyone has a connection, come on, y'all.
oh yeah,
Let's
God
bring
is
it
going
on.
to do it. It's going to happen. Because in Europe, since COVID began, they just were not announcing it. Do you know the finance minister of Germany killed his life just on the third week of lockdown? He killed himself. He looked at the economy and said how the German economy will be destroyed. And he said, no, it will put Germany backward. So for that reason, I won't be alive to see it. And this was the only time the prime minister needed him. Tell us how to divide this money and how to be able to make sure we don't fail. He loses his life. So when people dictate these suicidal thoughts, if maybe they perceive it or they notice a thought like that, or even those who are thinking it, what can people do?
Okay.
What can people do for that thought to go away? Because usually it begins with a feeling, I failed, nobody likes me, and everything. Then it shifts into, it's not worth living. My life is worthless. Things like that. So now it has become a thought. What if I just end it? How do I end it? And this thing is going on, and nobody knows. And put up a smiley face. So what can people do when they notice the thought? When they notice it either in themselves or in somebody else?
Okay.
Yes.
That's real powerful.
Yes.
Again, because it's easy, but it's not easy.
Yes.
You need to understand, doctor. You have the power.
Yes.
Sometimes most of the time, most people are walking around not understanding the power of the mind.
Yes.
I'm telling you, the mind is so powerful. When the thought creeps in, there's another proverb that my husband told me. He said, you cannot stop a bird from flying over your head.
Yes.
But you can stop that bird from laying a nest on your
Laying a nest, that's a powerful one.
That's why I learned that from
you can
I learned
stop,
so many proverbs from my husband.
Yes.
So when the thought, for someone who is personally experiencing the thought, when the thought is coming, different thoughts crosses our minds, doctor. Different thought that should have no business
being in our
us.
mind. They come there.
Comes to
Yes.
us. But isn't that why the Bible says, set your mind on things that are
Above.
on things focus on? So when it says to set, meaning to set something, doctor, is an intentional act.
Yes.
You set something, meaning the thing is here, and I take it and I set it.
Yes.
So you have to refocus your mind. If you're thinking of suicide,
yes,
you also need to be careful of what you're watching, the kind of music you're listening to, because
the kind of music you're listening, suggestive thoughts.
They trigger all the manner of thoughts. You're responsible for your thinking. Nobody can make you think a certain way. You have to decide, I'm not going to think of this thoughts anymore.
Yes.
Because thoughts can cross your mind. The enemy comes and he whispers things, or you see a movie and they make suicide looks good, look good,
Yes.
or you listen to
Make it look like it's a nice, cool thing.
yeah, and you see a celebrity committing suicide and it just looks beautiful.
Yes.
It looks cool. Look how beautiful she is sliding into that tub full of
Wow.
water. You have to tell yourself, mind over body. You are responsible for controlling your thought. That's why you have to set your thoughts on the right things.
Wow.
If when that thought is coming, the Bible says, doctor, to cast down
Every
evil
imagination. You fight the imagination by casting them down.
Yes.
Because you're imagining things that could hurt, hurt your life, imagining things that could hurt the destiny. And the thing, because I've written this, the consequences, because those who actually does this, you do it to ease up, then you're gonna now punish the one you left behind. I read the chapter. Man, now when people need to, because I want us to get to the place because I want us to talk about money today.
Yes.
Money in the kingdom. Money. Because the kingdom is not mentioning about it. This book, I was at the launch and also saw a young lady who performed. There's actually a song that was made, about this book, Stay.
Yes.
But before we move forward, now, if people need this book, where can they get the book?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get the book from everywhere books are sold. But
everywhere books are sold.
But for the COVID-19, most people don't want to really go out. You can, Amazon is your friend. Go to Amazon.com, type the book Stay Your Life is Precious. It's going to pop up for you, and you can purchase it there. We have it on the ebook as well, and we're working toward having the audio on Audible. But right now we have the print and we have the ebook on Amazon. So go ahead. It may not be you. It may be for someone that you love, or someone who you don't even know is going through that. So that's where you can get the book.
Yeah, you can get the book on Amazon. I already have the book. I was at the launch, but I just told her that while I was on a car going to the book launch, I collected the Kindle version. So it's on Kindle, and Amazon is the best place you can get book now due to COVID. But the young lady performed the song, on the launch, and I was really, really blessed by the song that she performed. And the song is called Stay. And you also say that there's a movie about this book Stay that is coming next year.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about that upcoming movie?
Yes, doctor. So this is a God assignment. And when God gives you assignment, you better put in all your best. So when God gave me this book, I said, Holy Spirit, I just don't want to write a book that gets on a shelf and gets forgotten.
Yes.
So if you don't read the book, I wrote a song to accompany the book. If you don't read the book, you listen to the song. If you don't listen to the song, you wait and watch the movie. One way or another, you have to be impacted by this book Stay. Our goal is to reach 1 million souls this year through this book.
Wow, 1 million souls this year through this book.
Yes.
So that means the book is going to be in a movie, but the music will be available next week. We're going to listen to the music. It'll be available next week. Am I right?
Yes.
And then next week, this movie, this music is going to be available in
it's going to be
iTunes,
available everywhere on
Spotify.
iTunes, on Spotify. I think it's going to be pretty much everywhere you can get your music.
Okay,
download your music from.
so the people just go there and search for Stay.
For Stay, yes. And can I just say something real quick about the artist? Her name is Mena Jessie.
Mena Jessie, yes.
Remarkable young lady. Because when I was writing this book, I was praying. I said, God, I have so many friends who can sing.
Yes.
But I just don't want someone who can sing to sing. I needed someone that can carry the spirit and the message and the virtue of the book.
Yes.
And I prayed, and that was how she is an assignment.
Wow.
She is a young girl of purpose who is fulfilling one of her purposes through this music. So she has an amazing voice, and as you listen to the song, type, comment, say something about it, and don't worry, it's going to be out by the grace of God next week.
Amen. All right, so we're going to listen to the song, just listen to this song and listen to it and let it just bless you.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Heard you say it's getting hard, no. Want to end it now. You're not impressed right now. Took the doctor's pills and they never work.
wow. I think the message is loud and clear, dear. Your life is precious. Please stay. If you know someone that is going through a thought, through an attack, suicidal attempt, please do something to help them. If you cannot help them, call for help. But this book is on Amazon. The song is available next week. It's called Stay. Go to Amazon. You can get the Kindle version, or you can get the book cover. All of this will be available. You know, they're all available at directly on Amazon. Now, Imaobong Smart. Now, let's talk about the transformational speaker version of you, because you know I scheduled this to be 45 minutes, but I realized this is a critical subject, so we needed more time to talk about it, because nobody talk about it, nobody discuss it. You don't hear it from a pulpit, you don't see it on TV. Only thing you see in the movie, and the way they make it look like it's a cool thing.
Yes.
You know,
they make
so
it look
the
as
movie,
if you have
but
no choice. Like
yeah.
it's you don't have any control over it.
So they don't offer a choice for people to really get help. So it kind of like a cool thing, just a little text here and there, and you know, somebody just go and tell the teacher that he's being bullied. Most people have just terminated their life by that. So the book is extremely important. Please buy it, even if it is not for yourself. Buy it and give it to someone. Give it to someone. And after this, please, I'm going to need 10 copies.
Awesome.
I'm going to need 10 copies of the book, you know, to keep it in my office, because, you know, during this COVID, the calls that I'm getting, you know, the way people are feeling concerning this, the fear and not having enough, the uncertainty, not knowing the government don't offer any help. So people are really afraid, except that, you know, they seem to be hiding it. But thank God that there are the one who can speak up, but there are many out there who don't know anybody they can go to. So Ima Smart, a former Miss Edo, who held the position, even a queen for 2006 and 2007, an ex-model. Of course, you still model, but you model for yourself, you know, around the house and you know, for the kingdom and everything. But an ex-model to your husband. My goodness, what a husband! You got a model that can model for you every day. Now you are a transformational speaker.
Yes.
You are a transformation. You are a purpose coach. Now let's talk about that, because right now this COVID have taught people a lot of lessons.
Yes.
Especially those who depend on one source of living, one source of income, one source of different things. So you are a speaker. We're going to talk about money very soon. So in your, you know, so you are a coach. You are a purpose coach, and they call you the purpose woman. That means you are driven.
Yes.
So what's happening out there? Why is people just making it look like if you lose your job, that's it? You know, like that's it. It's finished.
I think, Doctor, it all comes down to understanding who you are. That's
Understanding who you are.
That's what most people haven't yet come to the realization of, because you know we all grew up with this traditional mindset of, you know, you go to school, you work hard, and you get a job, and then you become and that's it. So people assume that when they're getting a job, that's the end of their life, and they're just going to sit there, and that's just all they have to do. That's just their drive and their sense of purpose. And when that is taken away from them for any reason, they feel, oh, what else? What else am I good for? What else am I supposed to do? You know. But God didn't create any one of us to live that way. When God created you, He gave you a purpose. He assigned you for a thing.
Yes.
That's what the book, What's Your Problem, is. Some people may look at, and I like to make the title of my book not controversial, but in a way that's going to get your attention.
Get your attention. What's your problem? Yeah, you got my attention
problem,
too.
You may think that,
because I went to your website. What's your problem?
What's
Okay,
your
now
problem?
actually click there first.
To know what the problem is,
Yes.
you know, meaning that there is a problem that you were created to solve. So, like I said earlier, it is your duty to discover what this problem is. And everybody, one way or another, have come in contact with that problem. But the situation has been that sometimes they get carried away by other activities. By jobs.
Yes.
You know, jobs are good.
Job is
because
good.
we need jobs to run the society.
Yes.
You know, But it doesn't, getting a job doesn't mean that you now despise your original purpose, what God created you for.
Yes.
And that's why, doctor, some people can have well-paying jobs, but they're not happy.
Well-paying job.
But they're
See,
not
I
happy.
love it. They have well-paying job, and yet
They're unhappy.
they are not happy. That means something is
You
missing.
see celebrities whose life we admire still feel depressed and commit suicide.
And commit suicide, and all the money is there.
And you're like, okay, but they have money. If I had this money, I probably wouldn't be depressed. It's not about the money. It's about purpose.
Purpose.
Because without purpose, you know, sometimes when I'm playing with my kids, and sometimes he wants to use a plate to drink from water with a plate.
Yes.
Sometimes a flat plate, because you know how kids are. I'm like, but what about the cup? I said, don't you think the cup is gonna feel sad? The cup was created to give you, you know, water, you know, to be filled up with water so you can drink. But now the cup is feeling like he's useless.
That's a powerful way. Well, you know, because you're also, you know, a youth mentor. I wouldn't have been able to put it like that. I would have said, why are you drinking? I would have just approached it. You know, you're also a youth mentor. So you have the
Yes.
languages that the younger generation can also
Yes,
understand.
yes.
Because
I love
the
it.
cup is going to feel sad because you're not giving the cup
It's
a
not
chance,
being used. You
you
know,
know,
it was
to fulfill the
created-
purpose why it
Yes.
was made.
Yes.
And the same thing
absolutely.
goes to people's life. So when they rely on one source, you know, and when that source is affected, then they're crushed. You know, or they have a job, like you said, a well-paying job, but they're not happy. Because in the so-called well-paying job, they can do a lot of things. You know, for them to go to vacation, they have to go to the bank and borrow money. If they don't borrow money, if they come back from a vacation, then they'll be in trouble for the next 3 to 6 months, just for a common vacation with all the pictures that people like on social network. And the family is in trouble for the next 3 months. So, purpose is missing. But you know, that's why we have people like you, coach. People like me, coach, life coach, you know, mentors that push people into their destiny. So when people are confused in life, they don't know which way to go. Okay, what if they know their purpose? What should they now do? Is there a way for them to kind of like come to you? You know, can they
Absolutely.
just subscribe for your coaching? You know,
Absolutely.
what is your coaching plan? Can you just tell our viewers?
Absolutely, definitely. So one of the things that I do in and my coaching company, where
Mm-hmm.
I do different kinds of coaching for leadership and all of that, is called niche mode.
Yes.
You know, the goal is to get you to function at your niche at all time.
Mm-hmm.
But discovering your purpose, like you asked, doctor, is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another phase of it. So what we do is to help you discover,
Mm-hmm.
develop, and then deploy.
To help you discover, develop, and
And
deploy.
deploy.
So when people come to you, you can help them discover,
Yes.
and you can help them develop their discovery,
Yes.
and then you can help them deploy.
To launch out.
Because discovery is not enough. When you
It's not
discover,
enough. It's not enough.
undeveloped discovery is a success in a hostage.
Oh my goodness, you started again, doctor. That's amazing. Imagine someone discovering a gold mine. Because
Yes.
you discovered the gold mine, so what? It's still there.
Yes.
Someone has to do something about it to
Yes.
get it out, refine it, it goes through a process, and then you will, you know, you take it out there and you make some good money out of
Mm-hmm.
it. So yeah. So when people come to me, sometimes they come to me with 10,000 things.
Yes.
And my goal is to help you streamline whatever it is you've come with. You know, someone said, "Oh, I have so many things," and they give you this broad spectrum.
Yes.
But what we do is to help refine, bring you to that focus of what is it exactly.
Yes.
And then we now train you and give you resources to help you develop that and make sure that it's appealing, that it's that is presentable to the God who gave it to you. And then we show you how to deploy it in a way that it is going to have impact. That's what we do. So if you want to reach out to me, you can send me you can come to my website and put a request on through my website through imabongsmart.com. You can DM me on our page on Niche Mode on Facebook and on Instagram as well.
Yeah, you can go to the website. If you look on the screen right now, you're going to see two websites. We're coming to the other one when it comes to building the wealth. Now we're talking about discovering your purpose. Discovery is not enough. That's what she said. Discovery, because you may discover it, and I just throw a word in there that, discovery is not enough. You know, undeveloped discovery is a success in hostage.
In hostage, I love that.
This time the devil is not the hostage sticker. The devil is not the enemy. The enemy here is you.
Yes.
You are taking the success a hostage because you have a discovery that is undeveloped. But it doesn't stop from just developing it. By developing it, you must also be willing to deploy, because there's a whole lot of people that have actually gone to school and then get education about, like I was chatting with someone, last week who have a master degree in business administration, and I'm thinking, man, you should be a coach. You should be coaching. You should already been doing something. What business are you running? None. What have you done? Well, I lost my job, and this, and he gave me 20 million reasons. Well, do you have a business you want to start? Yes, I've always had this business. So, have you registered a business? No. Man, I was already depressed listening to him. And I'm thinking, oh dear God, where do I even begin? And realize I have to start from the scratch, because he has discovered, he has developed it, but unwilling to deploy. Many has these 3 type of businesses and none is registered. None.
That's yeah.
And you find those who registered it. I laughed because I also have another conversation. I mentor business CEOs. So there's one of them that registered it because he said you should just register it. But after registering it, he wasn't ready to start it up, which is already bad. But there's something else that he said. This is a different guy. Okay, so are you sure that the name is still available? Yeah, I registered it. Well, did you submit the IRS thing yearly? Do I have to submit that? And I'm thinking, seriously? I have to send him downtown. So go find out if the thing is still available, because the very first year, if you don't say anything to IRS, they think you're no longer existing. So they deactivated that name.
Oh, wow.
So anyone can take that name and you can't say nothing. He thought if you just register it. No, registering is to be in a good stand with the government. That is in the startup.
Yes, that is. That's just the beginning.
You need to make sure that the government wouldn't knock on your door. That you don't have no license. So to discover, and then secondary, you help them develop and you help them deploy. They can look on the screen. You will see the website there, and you can also visit her on any of the page, any of the social network page. You can contact her on Imaobong Smart Facebook page, the like page, or even a personal page. She's available in all of this. Yeah. You can also contact her in Instagram if you who doesn't have Instagram. So you and then you can also go to her YouTube. You can get some nice video clips. These ones are free of charge, just something to put in your mind. Go to her page, go to her YouTube page, and go to her Facebook page, and also you can contact her. But most importantly, you can reach her on the website. You are a youth mentor.
Yes.
So our generations that seem to be failing the next generations. What do you say to parents? Because one of the things parents think these days is that, well, I can help my kids. No, you can't help them, because number one, besides COVID, we kind of put the school on hold, evidently. Now, children go to school, you go to work. Okay? Now, the school teach them just how to graduate. They don't teach them principles of life.
They don't. Absolutely not.
So that's not a channel for their future. That's just a channel for them to get a job someday. And they go, you mean just to get a job now? No, that's not going to make them wealthy. If they want to be wealthy, they will need another type of study. Graduating in high school is not going to determine who you're going to be. That's just you graduating, because your parents pay, you graduate. So what do you say to parents? Can they come to you, maybe just some youth training that you are organizing, maybe some kind of a coaching for the youth? Because as a youth trainer, the thing you say to your children, man, I would never have been able to put it that way. That's like you are not helping the cup. The cup will be disappointed. The cup is hurt. Because the cup is made to serve a purpose, and you have taken away that purpose. And that's a powerful thing to say to children, because that's on their level. They can, perceive that.
Yes.
So for your youth mentorship programs, do you have a program that you do where parents can contact you and say, well, my son is being a little out of control. What can you do to help my kids?
Absolutely. I have a company. It's called Uncommon Breed Youth.
Okay.
And
they can find it on the website.
It's on the website. It's also on. We have a page on Facebook and also on Instagram as well. And we just help with mentorship. We teach them how to discover purpose early. Because when you discover purpose early, that goes a long way in dictating the kind of decisions they make, the kind of friends that they make. Because if that's the core thing, to discover purpose early on in life. So you can reach me there. I had a conference last year, and parents brought their friends, and they loved it.
Yes.
Sorry, parents brought their kids and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
They really loved it, and they've been looking forward to the next one, which is supposed to be in August.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward to have it live, physically, but it appears it's going to be virtual.
On a virtual,
this
okay.
year,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what we do. We just help teach them. We help talk about purpose and leadership.
Purpose and leadership.
Purpose, leadership, and also how to start thinking outside the job, the box of a job. We also help to your kids, teenagers and I mentor, them from
Yes.
like 13 years old up until 20. That's my list for, mentoring the youth from
Yes.
13 till 20. One of the things that we do is to help them discover what their natural giftings are.
What their natural
And I've
giftings,
had
yes.
some who said, I think I love to I want to start, doing this business. I want to start, doing hair business.
Mm-hmm.
We help them. I have someone who is in, we'll talk about our company later.
Yes.
But who is in the company that I also I'm a part of. 20 years old, making 6-figure income a month.
Let's get to that because
And he started when he was 14.
Yes.
14 years old. He's 20, making 6 figures a month. Yeah, I'm going to have him on my show soon.
Yes.
But that's the power. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, so let's talk about the money area because the thing there is like the kingdom focuses on the spiritual things incomplete because the spiritual thing is not complete if it is not bringing result. You understand what I mean? What makes the spiritual things complete is that it has a result. It has a practical result. The kingdom is missing on the practical areas. Coming to church, give your offering, give your tithe. And of course, I have the mentorship program that I do with some business owners and the startup that I always ask them, so when you finish paying your tithe, what are you supposed to change? Because it looks like you finish paying your tithe, you go back to the same job. So God can't really do anything except promote you. But I don't think you put in your tithe for God to just promote you. He wants to do more.
He wants to do more. That's true. That's true.
But whenever he look, you are still in the same place you were. So the only thing he can do is to promote you because you're not the CEO of the company.
So, and God is not about to throw away the CEO who is not so hard.
No. So and to actually be able to get to you, he will have to bless the company just to be able to get to where you are. If he blesses a company, guess who get blessed first? The CEO, the COO, the CFO, and then the regional manager, and then the local manager, and then the manager the place you work before he can get to you. So all you're getting is promotion. So build much wealth.
Yes.
You are the CEO, the founder of Be Much Wealth. So can you tell our viewers that area, because that will be our last subject today. Now, all our viewers, please bear with us because this book was very critical. It's an urgent book that you must buy. That's why we take time to discuss that. So tell us, what is going on? How can people, just because having just a job that pay $15 to $25 an hour is not enough.
Absolutely.
It never be enough.
It is not. And the concept
because $70,000 a year is a good salary. But I always give the people bad news. You want to be a millionaire, right? Yes. If you're getting paid $70,000 a year, it will take you 20 years to become a millionaire if you don't spend a dime. That is, if you don't spend one dime, which is impossible. If you spend half of it, it will take you 40 years to reach 1 million. That is, if you save 35,000, a year, it will take you 40 years before you reach $1 million US. So people don't look at this.
They don't look at it that way, doctor.
Even when you're making 6 figures, you better really know what is your angle of 6 figures, because if you say 6 figures, that's like 100,000, 110,000. How much are you saving in a year? Because it's not what you make, it's what you are investing. How do you invest?
I
So
love that.
tell our viewers, it's not that, because one can make 150 and burn it all. So making 150 is not enough, because okay, out of 150, how much did you invest? What did you do to multiply it?
That's the key, to multiply.
Because I can give you $250,000 and come back 5 years later. You're not supposed to tell me, well, I bought that and I bought that and I bought that. You're supposed to tell me what you did within the period of 5 years to multiply the $500,000 that I gave you. So let's talk about money and wealth, You are a CEO. You are an ex-model. You are Miss Edo 2016 to 2007, and you are a transformational speaker. You are a purpose coach. With all of this, and you are also an author, but you didn't exclude money. You made sure that that area is active. So tell our viewers.
I mean, to be honest, without money, your purpose is just going to be dormant.
Okay.
That's just a simple truth,
Yes.
I try to make people understand that you need money. The Bible says money answers all things. Money is not a bad thing.
Yes.
God wants to bless you. There's a scripture. Can I
Please
read
go
the
ahead.
scripture?
Go ahead.
This is I love it so much. It says, it's Isaiah 45 verse 3. God says, I will give you the hidden treasures.
Yes.
Riches stored in secret places, so that you may know that I am the Lord your God who summons you by name.
Yes.
So God wants
So
to
there's a
give-
hidden treasures that you want to give.
Yes, there is money, there is treasures, there's opportunities that is hidden that you're just walking past because it doesn't look like what you want or because you think it's too hard. But there is treasures. And doctor, let's look at it this way.
Yes.
Is there
Hidden
any
treasures.
treasure that you can just walk and go grab?
Like
about
it's
it.
out in the open. No.
It's just out in the open. You
No,
can just walk
then
and
it's
go.
not a treasure.
And then it's not a treasure.
If you can see it out in the open, then it can be a treasure.
It's not a treasure. Haven't you seen any movie you've seen where, even if it's cartoons or real life, where there's a treasure hidden somewhere,
Yeah.
they have to use a map and fight off enemy. When they get there, even to grab that treasure, they have to fight.
Yeah.
Some would have to lose an arm
And sometimes
and a
there
leg.
are traps
There are
that were
traps.
set so that nobody will be able to. So sometimes they dig.
They have to dig. So listen, if you want wealth, you're not going to sit down on your couch and wealth is going to come to you. There is work to be done. God says, I will give you hidden treasures.
Hidden
stored
treasures,
in
yes.
secret places. Meaning that there is work. God has given it. He's shown you the where the treasure is. So it's your job to now keep your eyes down and discover that thing. And now go ahead and dig. Now, talking about build much wealth, I ventured into a new business that I just am in love with in this COVID-19.
Okay.
Because there's some people out there who are suffering, who are struggling, who are
Yes.
uncertain about what the next financial goal or plan or strategy is.
Yes.
But with this opportunity, the company that I partnered with is called Tradera. And what this company does for you, it gives you a skill that nobody can take away from you.
Wow. So
Can-
Tradera gives you a
a
skill
that no one
that
can
would have
take
taken years, that would have cost you money to go study and get degree. They
Absolutely.
give you this skill.
They give you this skill, and it's pretty much a steal.
Wow.
I mean, it is extremely affordable. I have the 14-year-old boy who started, and what the skill, I'm going to tell you the skill, but as I'm talking, you might just get it, you might get it from my mouth, okay? But this 14, when his mates are playing video game, this 14-year-old kid was trading. He was learning how to trade forex at 14.
Wow,
and he's
at
on
14.
he's on my team, and he's making 6 figures from trading alone. Because this company I ventured in, Tradera, is an amazing company because not just the fact that it teaches you how to be a forex trader,
Yes.
but you also get payment as well when you refer other people to come into the school,
Okay.
and also learn what you're learning. Because if you think that boy ever has to go look for a job?
No. I mean, if a boy is making that much, look for a job. He will
can't go look
start
for
a
a
company
job.
and just give you somebody to run.
He starts a company because now he's not worried about, because why do people go to school to get so that they can get a job, so they can make money?
Yeah.
It's all because of money. But can you imagine this morning by 6 o'clock in the morning, before 6 o'clock, I made some money because I was on my phone. I was literally printing legal cash.
Wow.
From my phone. The cash is legal, honey. And I was printing it in my pajamas on my bed.
Yeah. Without even leaving your house.
Without leaving my house.
Without getting on a 635 or 75.
Nowhere on 380.
Because the traffic is back. We were celebrating no traffic all of a sudden.
It's back, honey.
Yeah.
It's back. So, but when you have this skill, you don't need and you don't have to be worried about a job. You want anything, you get on your phone, you trade. But we just don't throw you out there. We teach you. And my team, we have a very close-knit team, and you know how some people get into an opportunity, they get into a business, and then they feel like they're all alone, no one to talk to.
Yes.
Who's gonna answer my questions? But in my team, we make you understand that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
So people come in and they receive training to make their own money.
To make their own, on your own terms, honey, on your own time.
And if they invite someone, they get paid for inviting someone. So when people need this, where can they go? Can they also find you on the website, one of your websites? You have the imabongsmart.com.
Yes.
Then you have another website called Build Much Wealth. I love it. I love catching them. The names that really is not long. It just, the message is there, like the book Stay.
That's right.
Man, over the years, I've launched different books for others. And, like there's some book that is striking. Because I'm thinking, how do you say it and the message is there and you don't have to repeat it? Stay. Your life is precious. So, the Build Much Wealth, if they come there, can they contact you there?
Absolutely. You can contact me on Build Much Wealth. And when you get onto the website, you have an opportunity to have a sneak peek of what the opportunity is about. And, based on your time, you can dig in for more. And I am available. My contact is on there. I would love to partner with you. My team is winning. My team is succeeding. And all we want to do is help you get on that. So that by the time this whole thing is over, you may not even need to get back to your work.
Yes.
You're just going to keep printing legal money. And when you see how good, honey, because I get paid every single week. And I make money alongside in my Forex trading. So this is what we want to share, because people are getting depressed most of the time this season is because they ain't got no money. That's what it is.
So people are waiting for the government to do something while they could be making money.
Money, honey, you could be making money.
I've been pushing this since COVID. Says this is a time for emergence. There's a discussion that I have where I call this, it's a season of emergence. It's time for you to emerge.
I love that. That is
the Impact Network was scheduled to be launched 2021.
But God said no.
But when COVID hit, God said, now is the set time. I was supposed to upgrade, different things, turn the prophetic gateway into a TV. All of that, 2021, 2022, all of them is being launched. Like speed.
That's amazing.
As I'm talking to you right now, this Impact Network was launched just last week.
That's amazing.
I didn't even have time to prepare. So I said, no, launch and then prepare as you go. Like I called this particular one prototype, and people watched the one for last week and they said, man, how can you call that prototype? I said, well, wait until I finish. That's a prototype. I've not even gotten started yet. By the time I get all the so if they come to you, you can help them get trained, and they can start trading. Now in this trading is like a trader and then forex. So what's the difference between a full-time trader and a daily trader and a part-time trader? How do you, because there are those who still want to be doing whatever they're doing, but can they make money on the side without having to just put all their time in it? Is there please offer them?
Absolutely. So one of the first things first, before I have anyone join my team, I want to know, are you set in your ways? Have you determined that you can't learn? If so, then it's going to be difficult for us to work together. But the key is, are you teachable? Are you coachable?
Are you teachable and coachable?
Are you willing to learn, and are you hungry enough to get more in your life, not just for you, but for your children, whatever the situation is for you. So if you answer yes to I'm hungry, I'm coachable, I'm teachable, then let's go. And that's what my team is, that's what we're going to do for you. We're going to teach you and ensure that you get from a newbie to become a pro. And now when we talk about trading, you're printing money on demand, legal money on demand. So it's on your terms. You can decide. Most people just trade. They put in their trade in the morning, and the next time they come back to it, it's in the evening. It all depends. But all of that strategies we teach you when you come into.
So they will be taught the strategies, because the reason I ask this question is there are those, we have the
intraday traders, we have the scalpers, we have the those who are the swingers, those who can put a trade and leave it for months, those who can put a trade, leave it for weeks, those who can just trade the whole day they put it in the morning and then they get it up at night. Then there are those who are just starting who trade they can put it now just for like 15 minutes and again they still cash their money and they go till.
Wow, so that means they have different however they want it.
However,
if they want to put in the morning and come in the evening, or come the next day, so all of these options are available.
All of it is available.
Wow. Well, all our
of it.
viewers, you've heard it. It's don't wait for the government to open up. You can make money. By the time the government open up, you are 1,000 miles away from everybody else.
That's right.
Because those who wait for the government to open up are the ones who are going to go back
To live in
to
a sinful
where
life.
they were before they shut down. So they're going to go back. But if you contact Imasmart, you look on the screen, you will see the website there. One of the website is imasmart.com, and the other one is buildmuchwealth.com. I love the name, buildmuchwealth.com. You can contact her in any of these places, and you want to learn the trading. Just trade according to the time that you choose. You want to do daily trader or weekly trader or monthly trader, or put in the morning, come in the evening, or put it and come 3 hours later and take it out. Or take it out. She said everything. So all of you that are watching, please, it's been a glorious evening. We took more time because of the urgency of the book. Stay. Go and get this book. Get it. If not for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you're suicidal. Get it because someone will need. You will need this book. Read it so that you can know, because before they finish calling 911, it's too late.
And it's a short book. It's really short.
Oh yeah, I love the
Really
fact that it's
short.
not a very thick book. So go to Amazon. The Kindle version is there. The cover, the print is there. You can get the hardcover is there. The Kindle is there. If you're into tech, you just go there, click, and you don't have to wait for the book to be shipped. It is there on your phone or on your iPad. I've always, because Kindle, I told you earlier that I used to have 9,000 books, but through ebook, I've been able to have all the book still available. Now, all of you that are watching, please look on the website again. Hallelujah. Look on the website again, imabongsmart.com. You look on the website, imabongsmart.com, and then Build Much Wealth. You need the book, go to Amazon. If you type stay, you don't get it, then type her full name, Imaobong Smart. Once you type it, the book is easy to be found, because you will see that the cover is capturing, you can't even miss it. So go to Amazon and buy the book. So Imasmart, please finally, before we conclude this interview, just what can you say? Just two things that you can say concerning the stay, and then concerning the wealth. Just two things that you can say. Just tell our viewers something.
Absolutely. So what I want to say to you is, I want you to remember that your life is worth something. And it may not be you, but pay attention to those around you.
Yes.
And be always be willing to be to lend your ears.
Yes.
For someone to pour out their heart on. That's what I'm going to say for stay. Your life is precious. Second of all, I want you to know that you were created for more. You were created for more than a salary. A salary is called salarium, which means salt money. Money you're supposed to use to buy this and that.
Yes.
But if you're going to build wealth that your kids are not going to have to worry about anything in the future,
yes,
it's up to you. The opportunity is there. And as I read from the book of Isaiah, God says He's giving you is hidden treasures and riches. It's the desire of God for you to have wealth so that you can deploy your purpose in excellence. You deserve it. Your future deserves it as well.
Deploy your purpose with excellent. Hallelujah. I love it. Please, if you want to contact Imasmart, go to her website, imabongsmart.com. Or for the trading and for the wealth, stop waiting for the government to do something for you. They just proved that they can't. They brought trillions of dollars and they went for the big guys.
Yes.
If you're among the big guys, you would have gotten millions. So how about you just become the big guy by getting into doing something? Once again, my name is Dr. Sean Anike, your beloved host, your mentor, your kingdom pusher, your business advisor, business mentor, and your business coach. Tonight, we just finished interview on Impact Network. What is Impact Network? Let me explain it again. It is a place where we talk about action, we talk about money, we talk about kingdom, we talk about wealth. Did you see that we didn't quote much Bible? We're not here to preach. No, we're here to talk about result. So all the guests that you're going to be seeing are the one who are actually making result. When you see a pastor, you will see the kind of questions that will be coming. We're not going to be asking how to be born again. No, we already figured that out. I'm not inviting people who have written a book, and I'm telling authors out there, if you want to write a book, don't write about how to be born again. We figured that much out. Don't write about how to have the Holy Spirit. We know that we've read Kenneth E. Hagin book, we've read all Oral Roberts book. Write a book that can help mankind. Write a book about result, a book that can help people. Pastors are going to be coming as a special guest, and these are pastors. I'm not inviting them because they can preach. I'll be hosting them because they are making impact. That's why this show is called Impact Network. It is all about impact, people who are making impact. So watch out. Wednesdays is the choosing day, usually at 6 p.m. Wednesdays. Next week, you'll be seeing a new guest. My name is Dr. Sean, your beloved prophet, your beloved mentor, your beloved spiritual father, your beloved business advisor, business coach, and business mentor. And today, I just finished interviewing Ima Smart. Go to the website and find her, imaobong.com. She is a proud wife of Pastor Timmy Smart, and they have two beautiful children. Pastor Timmy Smart is a good friend of mine. So please check out her page, check out her Instagram, check out her LinkedIn, check out her YouTube, and check out even her Twitter. She's everywhere. The same thing. She didn't make the name difficult. Just Imaobong Smart, and you will see her. God bless every one of you for watching. This is Impact Network. You have a beautiful night. Please share this. We are in about 11 different locations live. There are those who are watching us right now on YouTube. Many are watching us on Twitter. Many are watching us on Periscope. And then we have about 5 Facebook pages that were live. So if you're watching from any of those, make sure that you share the broadcast for the family and friends. God bless every one of you. I will see you next week. And Imaobong Smart, thank you for honoring this invitation.
Thank you so much.
And it is a great honor to bring you here so that you can share. And thank you for